The Celtics just blew a 22-point lead to the Cavs, and some people might not like the reason why. Within the first 5 minutes of the game on Friday night, the Celtics were already up 25-3, but an early lead like that is never safe. Water always finds its level. The Cavs are such a good team that they were bound to start playing like themselves, and the Celtics weren't going to stay that hot all game. So when the Cavs battled all the way back by the start of the second quarter, it wasn't really a surprise. The important thing was that the Celtics also battled back, and they took a 17-point lead midway through the third. That's when the game really started. What happened from there is why people might not like the explanation. When the Celtics lose, everyone wants to complain, and that's natural. That's what fans do. They want to know why their team lost. But sometimes it's just the case of one team making more plays than the other. And in the latter portion of the third quarter, unfortunately for the Celtics, the Cavs just made better plays. Every single opportunity they got to cut into the lead, they capitalized on. And for the most part, it wasn't because of the Celtics' defensive mistakes. The Cavs' best players just made really good plays. And there were some tough possessions in there as well. In the last few minutes of the third, the Celtics were keeping the lead at 10. Tatum made some big shots, but some of the possessions were brutal. Ty Jerome got an offensive rebound that bounced right back to him, and Tatum got a tough foul call on Sam Merrill. Then DeAndre Hunter made a bucket. Even when Pritchard made a 3 to bring the lead to 11, Mitchell made a tough 3 on the other end. Then Mitchell made another tough shot to bring them within 6. The Celtics did have a breakdown in transition, so Mitchell made another 3 to bring the Cavs within 3, but then Tatum missed an open 3 and Mitchell drew a bad foul call on Cornette to get to the line to make 2 free throws. Tatum made a shot at the end of the quarter, and still, the tough shots kept coming. Jaylen Brown missed a wide open midi over Dean Wade, and Mobley pulled up from 3 in transition to give the Cavs their first lead of the night. The Celtics are getting solid looks, they're getting the mismatches they wanted, but the shots just aren't falling anymore. Tatum made a tough shot driving on Ty Jerome, but then Mitchell responded with a tough shot of his own. Celtics responded with a 3, but then Mitchell made a step back on Sam Hauser, creating a great shot for himself. But still, the Celtics were fighting. Tatum got a wide open dunk. Jaylen Brown drove through Darius Garland, and then he pulled up over Garland again, and the game was tied at 114 apiece. But then Donovan Mitchell made a great move. Jaylen Brown missed a layup on a drive against Dean Wade, and then Mitchell beat Hauser on the other end to put him back up by 5 because he got an and one. Then Darius Garland made a step back over Sam Hauser again, so that was basically the game. Now look, there was definitely a lot of picking on Sam Hauser late in this game, but adding Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday will definitely help too, because Sam Hauser probably won't be on the floor at the end of the game in a playoff series because the Celtics will have better defensive options. That's not an excuse for why the Celtics lost, but if you're looking ahead for a potential playoff matchup, that is something to consider. The Cavs also made an adjustment to go more at Sam Hauser. The Celtics guarded Darius Garland with Hauser for almost all of this game, and in the first half, that led to the Cavs running their offense through Garland. But once it got down to the nitty-gritty, they realized they needed Donovan Mitchell to have the ball in his hands. The Celtics almost baited the Cavs into going away from Mitchell in favor of Garland, but once the Cavs recognized that and gave Mitchell the ball more, he dominated. He went from taking 9 shots in the first half to 17 in the second half, including 13 in the last 14 minutes of game time. Were there some mistakes the Celtics made? Absolutely. Donovan Mitchell just did a great job of making plays for him and his team, and he made a bunch of tough shots. Of the 10 shots the Cavs made in the fourth quarter, 6 were created by Donovan Mitchell, 3 were all Evan Mobley, and the last one was the Garland step back that sealed the game for Cleveland. Meanwhile, Boston stuck to what was working. The shots just didn't fall. The Cavs made tougher shots in bigger spots than the Celtics did, and when two of the best teams in the world are playing each other, sometimes that's what it comes down to.